What's she gonna do to him?
I'm not sure. Dante's had it in for the locals. Ever since the virus, he's been ridding their supplies, taking them out whenever he can.
Let's face it, the guy's dead meat.
What's it say anyway? Who the crazy not on soup?
I guess there's just certain things that some people can't let go of.
That's a load of crap in you, knowledge. If you want to survive in this world, you've got to suck it up and move on. There's no room for grudges. All the adults were dying. We all needed to deal with it.
The government is still, as of yet, unable to identify this mysterious and highly dangerous contagion. To contain and neutralise the threat have failed. Authorities are now warning the general no longer restricted to physical touch. I repeat, scientists have issued a Code 1 civil priority warning. The virus has now gone...
Stop doing that, you're doing my head.
Brent, it's been ages. They were supposed to take us out to the quarantine zone a week ago.
Maybe that's because there's no one there. Don't try to bother thinking any differently. The adults are dropping like flies. You just got to deal with it.
Oh, Hal needs just to deal with it. All the gang and stuff terrorising the streets like some of those weirdos from the school. It doesn't matter anyway. We'll be safe once we get to the countryside.
Don't you watch the news? This thing's gone global. You won't be safe out there, but you will be in here. Adults are dying everywhere. It's probably why they haven't come together. Why? Don't you want to hear the truth? Let me lay it down quick. It's just me, you, and a whole lot of crazies out there. You may think I was a bully at school. I'm nothing compared to the sick and twisted people out there. If you want to survive, you better stick with me. Who's to say how long even we've got left? We might actually be breathing in the virus right now. No!
Siren was scared.
At one time she was. Before she all went pair on chaos on us.
I hardly knew her at school. I mean, when she started a few weeks before the virus, but she was shy, she wouldn't speak to anyone. When she came to the art gallery that day, she was in a riot state. She was looking for her sister.
Everybody was trying to find their family back then, but it was chaos.
Did she ever find him?
We never really found out.
So, have you seen her?
Sorry, it doesn't sound like anyone you see. We've been here since the evacuation warning, so we know.
Dad's dying. I don't know what to do.
There's nothing anyone can do.
He's infected. They all are. If you knew what was good for you, you'd stay away from him.
Brent!
Better she is it now and watches the corpse rot before her eyes. Time's running out. I don't know about you, but I'm not waiting here while this world goes to hell. If we don't get any supplies, food, we're all finished. Quick! Are you coming out?
Why don't you come with us? Brent's right about one thing, none of us can survive that way.
I can't. My sister.
Good luck, I guess. That's right, you two mentioned you knew each other from boot camp.
Back when all hell was breaking loose, I was lifted off the streets and forced into an emergency transportation. The boot camps were supposed to prepare us for the future, but they were little more than detention centres for social misfits and for those who were designed to flip out after the adults died. I met Nico in the camps. We got on right from the start. We spent weeks in that hell, but once the instructor started to pass away, we decided to risk it. How long do you think it would take us to get back to the city?
I'm not sure. It's too dangerous. Places that great. I haven't got time to stop for supplies. Come on.
We eventually made our way back to the city. I had lost my keys by then, but our little thief had his ways. Dad was dead. I knew he would be, that's all that hurt so much. He was killed, stabbed through the heart. It was the locos, so I know what Dante feels like. I'd have done the same if I was him, but I had other things on my mind.
That was probably about the time that Dante and I parted ways. From what we're told in those last days, the virus accelerated the aging process in all the adults, leading to a painful death before long. And stopped the locals from wanting to speed it up.
One down.
Finn, what are you doing? I just need to... The water's going to tell me if you want to screw around with drugs. You think it's going to help you survive? You don't want to talk. What, we're just going to go after them one local at a time? If that's what it takes. You're a hypocrite, Dante. You want me to face things that you don't want to face them yourself.
Finn, you know what happened? They went and killed Dad. The virus was happening. He probably wouldn't have lasted a day. But they still went and killed him in his sleep anyway. I hated him. He was a drunk. Took out his anger on me. But you know what? He was the only one I had. He's the only one I had.
Dante, wait.
I don't think your dad's the only one. I want to fight for something I believe in. If I can't do that, I want to live in.
His dad was far from a good person, but it's not like most of the adults were. That didn't matter, he was all that Dante had left. They were all that any of us had left.
Do you really think I like the things that Brent does to me? Do you think I like him doing them to me so that he doesn't do them to someone else? Do you think I like keeping this stupid, sorry excuse for a tribe together? No, Finn, I don't like it at all.
But what on earth is a loco even doing here? And what is she wearing? And aren't you supposed to be dead?